I got you stuck. Got you stuck off the realness.
Welcome to the Audacity Podcast. I am the man on the street. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we will be talking about this young lady, this Olympic champion, man, who died giving birth. I'm talking about Miss Tori Boyd. Yes, I think she died about a month ago. But today her autopsy came out, and the reason that she died because she was giving birth. She was 8 months pregnant when she died.
More details surrounding Tori Bowie's tragic death have emerged. The Olympic gold medalist was about 8 months pregnant with a baby girl when she was found dead in her Florida home on May 2nd, according to the Orange County Medical Examiner's Office in Florida. Officials determined that she died from complications of childbirth due to possible respiratory distress and eclampsia. In an autopsy report for Bowie's stillborn baby obtained by E! News, a medical examiner listed the cause of death as intrauterine fetal demise due to maternal condition, meaning the child died within the uterus. On June 14th, Bowie's agent Kimberly Holland shared more insight into the athlete's final moments with CBS News, including that Tori was not actively performing a home birth when her baby started to arrive. According to the CDC, Black women are 3 times more likely to die from a pregnancy-related cause than white women. In the wake of Bowie's passing, her Team USA teammate Tiana Madison shares that she nearly died while giving birth to her son Kai in 2021. She says on Instagram, "There are 2 reasons why I did make it. 1, knowledge. I was all too aware of the disparity and communicated this to my partner so we could go in eyes wide open. And 2, since I was busy dying, Chuck had to advocate for me, and he did. Even though we agreed about who his priority would be in an emergency situation, he did not take no for an answer from the doctors, and as a result, saved me and the baby." Bowie took home a gold medal in the Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro, alongside fellow track stars Tiana, Allison Felix, and English Gardner. Madison adds in her Instagram post, "3 of the 4 of us who ran on the second fastest 4x100-meter relay of all time, the 2016 Olympic champions, have nearly died or died in childbirth." Felix reshares Madison's post, adding, "It's absolutely heartbreaking. We continue to face a Black maternal mortality crisis in this country. We have to do more." Tori's body was discovered after Orange County Sheriff's Office deputies were called to perform a welfare check on the athlete. A spokesperson for the agency previously told NBC News that Tori had, quote, "not been seen or heard from in several days." At the time, the spokesperson said authorities found no signs of foul play at the scene.
I think being the wealthiest country in the world, we really need to reassess our priorities and prioritize maternal health. You know, women these days are having babies at an older age. We're using IVF more. African-American women in particular have higher rates of maternal mortality. And all of these things combined are leading to our rates of maternal mortality being 3 to 4 times of their white counterparts. So despite the technology, education, access, addressing racism in medicine and society, which does impact our healthcare and the delivery specifically to Black women, is something that we need to prioritize.
You know, obviously I'm sitting at the table as a Black woman and have had 2 children. After my first child, I almost died. I was hemorrhaging. I'll save all the details of it, had to have multiple transfusions. And this was me going into it, believing that, one, I was an educated woman. I relatively speaking, was a woman of means compared to some. And the idea of being my own champion was always on my mind because I was hearing the stories about the bedside manner of some doctors or not taking the pain that a Black woman feels very seriously. I remember that chart on the wall with the smiley faces. Yes. Tell me your pain. And I was like, it's not an emoji, I'll tell you that right now. And not wanting me to go through labor as opposed to the C-section that I was requesting because I knew that was going to be the ultimate end. And it was, how can people be their own champion in those rooms? Because I'm not a doctor. I was scared like anyone else. I desperately wanted my child to be healthy and for me to live through the childbirth as well. What do you recommend for people?
Yeah. I really think it's important for any person considering pregnancy to actually start preparing for pregnancy before you get pregnant. And that's with a preconception visit where you meet with your OBGYN or your primary care doctor and really identify things that you can optimize before you even get pregnant. once you get pregnant, it is imperative that you find and create a team of people that you trust, people that you know hear you, and people that respect your wishes as you go through this process. I also think it's important to be flexible because we understand that pregnancy can change on the drop of a hat, like your experience with hemorrhage. And so being with a team that knows, loves, and respects you is really paramount to having safe outcomes.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the saddest things that I've read. And, I just want to get on here and drop some knowledge so that we could all, be aware of what's going on. It is our duty to ensure that all women, regardless of race or ethnicity, receive equal treatment. But for Black women during childbirth, like they say it in the piece, they are 3 to 4 times likely to die while giving birth. And this is unacceptable in 2023. We are the richest country in the world, and this should still not be going on. So let me know down in the comments what you think about this subject. And with that,